It's Vlogmas, day 24. It's also Christmas Eve. Um, we're here. Tomorrow's the big day. I'm excited. It's been fun, like, building up to Christmas because, like, it's been whimsical, actually. I've enjoyed being in the Christmas spirit in this season. And, um, yeah, just celebrating Christmas in a more intentional way because I wouldn't have probably done anything if I didn't do Vlogmas in terms of celebration. I've gotten, a lot of my like Christmas gifts and stuff came early this year. So tomorrow, like that's why I'm hanging out right now. That's why I'm presenting myself the way I am presenting myself today right now with my do rag on because I'm like, I've just been thugging out today. I'm not doing anything. And it's been nice. Like I got out of bed to eat and to do this, but otherwise I've been like chilling out max and relaxing all cool. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Christmas is tomorrow. Christmas I will be relaxing some more. After I get off here, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna make a few phone calls. Some Christmas Eve what's ups. Um, I've been like struggling, not struggling, but because I don't have my laptop, which I said I wasn't gonna talk about, but I've been talking about it ever since I've not had my laptop. But because I don't have it, it's again more difficult for me to clip content. But that's been good for me because I've been fighting with doing this, not doing this, but the reality of doing this, where I'm like, okay, I can only give you one of two things. I can either, go horizontal and give you long form content, and I'll speak to you and, entertain you for however long I have to entertain you for, or, yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll entertain you however long I have to entertain you for about just doing short form content. And I realized yesterday for Vlogmas on the 23rd, because I did a 2-part clip as a short. I did one short and another short, total of 6 minutes, 3 minutes broken into 2 videos. And I realized, I'm like, wow, okay, this is the value of landscape content. I'm relatively new to the video space, like prior to really, I mean, if you look back, you see we've been doing content on and off, but like the challenge of being on every day is just something that I really haven't really experienced in terms of shooting videos and creating content and producing at this level. So it's been nice for me to see what's required and what it takes, and I've actually enjoyed it, and I've been praying about possibly continuing this in a particular fashion. So I do like being entertaining in some capacity. But yeah, like this whole experience has birthed something in me that has been really enjoyable to see in a bunch of different ways too, because professionally, with respect to life with Ken and my career and beyond, this has birthed something in me. But then also personally, I've just been able to experience a different type of flow state than I've experienced in the past, which has been really impactful for me because I feel like I'm connecting more with myself and with life the way I've always wanted to. I've always wanted life to be real and tangible, and like for things to exist and make sense. Like I feel like for a long time I was just living in like a haze or a fog where I just didn't cherish the miracle of life, or I just didn't cherish the meaning of life. I've had suicidal ideations in the past, and I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm just saying, like, now, and I've, definitely not been a good steward to myself. Again, in the past, I'm not going to talk about that now, but I just think about some of that stuff. But also, now, today, I'm in a place where I appreciate life in a way where it's like, oh, I'm so sorry that I even was in that place, those places, because it's more than one place. I feel I I offer myself forgiveness. I feel sorry for it. Offer myself forgiveness. I receive the forgiveness of God and God's grace over who I was and where I was back then. Because, but there was a lot that was going on, you know, which I again talk about in other forms of content that I'm not going to talk about right now. But there was a lot that was going on back then that made me feel those types of ways. But to be at a place now today where I don't feel any of that, and in fact on the other side of that, I feel more connected to myself. Like it's difficult to describe the feeling, but but to put a button on that point. Um, Vlogmas has been beneficial in more ways than one for me, which I'm grateful for. I'm glad that I've had this little existential moment and I've decided to rise to the occasion of the challenge of doing Vlogmas, particularly in a season where it was going to be difficult for me to do it. Um, in the way that some of my peers or contemporaries or just other channels might be doing it. And I didn't necessarily achieve the immediate results that I set out to achieve. But despite all of that, it's still been a learning experience. Um, I got 2 more days to go. One more day because Christmas is tomorrow, the 25th. But I'm also going to give you all one more bonus video for the day after Christmas in remembrance of day 19, which I missed. But yeah, so enjoy the rest of your Christmas Eve. I got a few more things to do. I'm excited about the future. I think like that's one of the main takeaways from this Vlogmas this year. Is I'm excited for what's next, and I'm not rushing into what's next, but I am eagerly preparing because I'm looking forward to it. You know, sometimes you want to be a good host. You know, you want to be well prepared. You know, you want to one of the things I learned in college and that is that to be early is to be on time. You know, and when you're early, you can get the water, you can freshen up, do it. You know, you're early. You want to be prepared to execute, and I just feel like that as I'm finishing Vlogmas, it's making me want to be prepared for what comes next. You know, and that's biblical because Jesus is the reason for the season. And Jesus says, therefore be ye always ready, for no man knows the day or the hour of his return. So, Merry Christmas. I'll see you tomorrow.